It's Nasir. Welcome to my channel. I have brought you a wonderful book that I finished last night. It's called An Unnecessary Woman by Rabih Alameddine. And this particular book is, I think, one of the few books in my life that I glanced at and grabbed it. And I sort of went to a bookshop, and this book was lying there. And well, when I read the back page, I completely was drawn to it, and I hope that you will also be drawn to it. Here it goes. An Unnecessary Woman is a breathtaking portrait of a woman in her solitude. It follows Aaliya's firefly mind as it ricochets across vision of past and present Beirut. Her delightfully colorful musings on literature, philosophy, and art are invaded by memories of Lebanese civil war and her own volatile past. As Alia tries to overcome her aging body and spontaneous emotional outbursts, she is faced with the unthinkable disaster that threatens to break apart the tiny life she has made for herself. Alia, further, the description of the character is very much attractive and destructive as well. Aaliya Saleh lives alone in Beirut apartment surrounded by stockpiles of books. Godless, fatherless, childless, and divorced. Is her family's unnecessary appendage. Every year, she translates a new uh, favorite book, favorite work in Arabic language and stows it away. 37 books she has translated over the last over her lifetime, and she has spent over 50 years translating her work, and she has not got them published just because of not she's not futuristic, she doesn't seek fortunes and all. And she has all the story going in her own head. And she is very much introverted, and she stays in her own flat. And she has a mother alive, but she doesn't have emotional attachment to her mother. And although she pities her, but like, she can't carry herself forward, how can she carry her mother? So like, when I went through this novel, I sort of went like this, page after page I underscored it. And uh, I would rather read one more passage for you, and then you'll understand how important this book is to read. The ultimate distraction broke out. I plunged into my books. I was a voracious reader, but after Hannah's death, I grew insatiable. Books became my milk and honey. I made myself feel better by reciting juvenile statements like, books are the air I breathe. Or worse, life is meaningless without literature, all in the weak attempt to avoid the fact that I found the world inexplicable and impenetrable. So, what has writer done is that she has, sorry, what the character has done, that she has introduced us in a lot of writers. She has discussed a lot of books. She has like, the world her world is surrounded by the books. Like, she is built by books, and then she survived by books. So this is very irony that this unnecessary woman became so necessary for me that I'm going to write a review on her. And she has become, become an example for anybody who is not happy around, but she can serve. Like there is a uh, way out. She has penetrated into the world of literature, and then she is, unfettered and unshackled. This is how I feel, and well, I'm not a sort of expert reviewer of the books, but some of the things that which I could not avoid, like when her husband, when she married, was important, and the writer Rabia has also in his inaugurational speeches or book launches, he's also discussed her husband, and then when um, there's a little interesting part in that particular passage in which she was expecting and she was thinking that her giggly girls around would discuss the how woman man power is, like men has a lot of potent to kind of to deal with woman when it comes to sex. So like when he discovered his penis, and it was it was a worm instead of monster. So this is very much interesting passage, and I sometimes was laughing at the passages, and wonderful. I mean, this book is very much to remember for lifetime, and let me just read it for you as well. A couple of more passages, then I'll sort of okay. Like she has written, I no longer able to hear what is around me. I'm no longer able to recall who I am. I lay the book face down on my chest, steal a long breath. Shudders course through my body, electric shocks through my vertebrae. I feel cold, steady, breathy, and cannot warm me. And this is how the writer has depicted her story. And there is this wonderful passage. I sent it to the writer himself on Twitter. I lose myself in books' languorous territories. I'm transported to cafe latrines, to become intimately acquainted with its in so idiosyncratic patterns. I travel along the book's meandering paths, forward, break fast with a young man in one village, lunch with a coin in another, salivate our beautiful sentences, celebrate holidays I would never heard of. I read and read until I am abruptly bashed over the head by the full weight of Euphoria's story, a throwaway of more than pages in 300 pages tome. So she has actually imagined how she has survived through reading. So that's end of it, and I was mumbling in the middle of my video. Forgive me for that. And this is how I can prepare myself for book review, and I hope you subscribe my channel for other videos and other books. Bye.